Give a bounce it. Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome to the home of the world champions. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you're smashing up the likes. Subscribe if you are new around here. And as always, get involved in the chat. We have got a packed show as always. Chelsea are going double Dutch. We've got the latest on Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. Chelsea have agreed personal terms with Hato, looking to agree a deal worth around £34 million for the left back. The latest on Xavi Simons as well. Direct club-to-club talks are continuing. Simons wants Chelsea despite Bayern making calls to try and change his mind. Got the latest on Christopher Nkunku, Morgan Rogers, Alejandro Garnacho, Joao Felix, loads and loads. Carney Chukwuemeka as well. There is plenty of stuff to dive into. But first things first, chat. You know what I'm going to say. But for the new people around there, make sure you check out Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Make sure you're looking fresh in the Chelsea home or away kit, or third kit for that matter, when it's out. For the upcoming season. Great quality, affordable prices, names, numbers, patches, whatever you want. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Now, that is enough about that. Let's say hello to a few of you lovely people in the chat, and then we will get this show on the road. Hopefully we get here we go. Yep, will be soon, I think. Xavi's looking pretty much like Erling Haaland. Are they related? Nope, they're not related. Why waste money on Hato? Bro, we're not wasting money on Hato. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but we currently only have one left back in the squad, and we need another one, which is why we're signing Hato. Yes, run the likes up. Simons rejected Bayern. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Hoping for the best. Yes, smash the likes up. We outside again. Big up, Charlie, in the chat. Yes, big up, brother. Big up. Yes, all good. Bro, yeah, the tickets thing is an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. I mean, we go again tomorrow. Yes, big up, brother. Joe Shields gets Rodgers. I don't think we're going to get Rodgers. We can discuss that. Yep, it is. Vega to Atletico Madrid is off. They've gone for David Hanko instead because he was cheaper, basically. Yes, big up, brother. We might have to get used to it. Bro, this idea that if you wear another shirt, that it doesn't mean you support the club is I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'd never wear another Premier League shirt, but I have no issue with wearing shirts from other countries, and I don't see why anyone else would have a problem with it. Garnacho not coming. I hope not. Yes, big up, bro. Yeah, run it up, run it up. Yeah, Vega's done. Bro, they're on general sale. You can still get those. You just need to be a member. Just log in. Yes, all good, bro. I agree. I agree. Now, to be fair, I've got a Ronaldinho Barca shirt from well back in the day. But yeah, no. Nah, bro, Secret Scout is good. Secret Scout is good. Not denying that at all. And yeah, I suspect both these deals will happen. Oh yeah, no Flamengo shirts. Don't worry. Yes, big up. I hate when people say the crap that I had an Ajax shirt growing up that I used to wear all the time. Yeah, no, it is what it is. Where's our front of shirt? No, don't worry. Chill. It's coming. It's coming. If you're asking me to do that, brother, that's out of my remit. That's out of my remit. Yes, big up. Big up. I want to hear we go today. I hope so, bro. Right. Let's get straight into it, chat. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with Jorrel Hato before we move on to Xavi Simons. Because as I said, double Dutch coming to Stamford Bridge. So this Hato story developed pretty quickly in the last 24 hours. When we were live on the show yesterday, We had the exclusive from Romano that club-to-club contact has happened, and then it moved very quickly. Personal terms have already been agreed. So this was from Fabrizio yesterday evening, I guess. Was it evening? Yeah, yesterday evening about 8:30. Chelsea have reached agreement on personal terms of Jorrel Hato, and a defender is asked to leave Ajax. When the world champions knock, chat, it's different. It's different when the world champions come knocking. Negotiations advancing to final stages. A fee discussed now is around 40 million euros. Hato informed Ajax management and the manager of his clear desire to join Chelsea. When you're massive, you're massive. That's it. Simple as that. When you're massive, chat. And Hato, this is big. Now, again, you know, we were sort of wondering the other day on the show, are we waiting for the situation with Vega to advance before we move for Hato? Well, it looks like regardless of what happens between with Vega and Chelsea, Hato is coming anyway. Vega not going to Atletico Madrid. Deal is off. But yeah, look, this is a good one. This is good. This is good. And you look at it, right? And someone like Jorrel Hato, this is a guy who, at 19 years of age, has got loads of experience. He's a full Dutch international already. Over 100 games for Ajax. Captain of the Dutch under-21s. I think he's even captained Ajax at times as well. Played in European competition. This is not some sort of inexperienced kid plucked from the obscurities of nowhere. This is a guy who is a top talent, one of the brightest talents in European football, and this fills a position that Chelsea have been desperate to fill for the longest time possible, chat. We have been desperate to fill this position. Renato Vega filled that position for the first half of last season. We know Marc Cucurella can't play every minute of every game. We know that. So this, right? I get it. You know, your Simmons, your Gittins, your Joao Pedros, your Delap's, etc. are exciting signings because it's for the attack. But arguably, this could go down to be one of our most important signings under this ownership. And certainly one of the most important signings this summer, because we've needed a serious option at left back instead of Cucurella. And he's one of the best, and Hato, by the way, one of the best left back, left centre back hybrid players, certainly in European football at just 19. He really is a top talent. And this is a very exciting deal. Very exciting deal. And one that I am fully on board with. And yeah, exactly. This is not just depth, it's quality depth. And in the modern game, you need this more than anything. Quality depth. And we've got that, chat. We have absolutely got that in abundance. We are absolutely fucking nailing it. We are nailing it, chat. Yeah, that 60 million was always ambitious from Ajax. Always ambitious from Ajax. They knew they weren't going to be able to get that much, but 40 million euros. And what Chelsea have done, let me just bring this up here because we're using previous deals as a yardstick for this Hato deal. Where did I see that? Hold on, chat. Let me just bring it up now, what Chelsea are doing. So this was from Romano, I think, on his latest YouTube video from last night. Chelsea wants a new defender as soon as possible, and the player will be Jorrel Hato. Long-term contract and wages agreed. Chelsea wants to do business at around £34 million. The benchmark is Timber and Ajax in the past. So whatever Arsenal, so basically Arsenal paid a similar amount for Jurrien Timber. Was it last summer or the summer before? The Timber deal is being used as a benchmark. We can play a back three with Hato. I'm just fucking excited about unlimited options and permutations now. Maresca's being properly backed after proving himself. Yeah, and this is the big thing, right? And I tweeted this out yesterday. The difference in the business between this time last summer compared to this summer is night and day. I think we can all accept that. I think Chelsea fans now are genuinely excited by the players we're signing and the business that we are doing compared to what we were doing this time last summer, which, if we've got to be brutally honest with ourselves, chap, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't exciting for us at all, this business that we were doing last summer. The difference now is night and day, and we're targeting exciting players, profiles that fit the squad, profiles that fit the system, and players that are not only improving the first team, but are also improving our squad depth as well. Last summer, yes, we got Pedro Neto in, which is, I think, going to be a good signing. But the rest of the signings were just, your likes of your Vegas, your Felixes, Dewsbury Hall, Sancho. Not stuff that was really popping off and moving in the right direction. Definitely not, chap. Yeah, but this is it though. You can play Hato, right? And he can play left centre-back in a 3. If we invert from the right-hand side, you can play him as a centre-back if you need to. I don't get the impression that Jorrel Hato is going to be used as a centre-back that often. Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. It makes sense. You look at attacking players that have gone this summer, they're all around that 55, 60 million pound mark. And again, I think that's what we're going to see with Xavi Simons. That's what it's going to be with Xavi Simons. You're going to notice that all these players are going for a similar price. Simons and Hato top signings, yep. If you get Simons and Hato, how would you rate the transfer window? You'd have to give it a 7 or 8. You'd have to give it a 7 or 8. It loses marks because of the goalkeeping situation. But I think we just have to accept, chat, that no matter how much myself or others complain about it, there's nothing we can do about it. And we're just going to have to hope that we can outscore the other teams. That's what we have to hope for. It certainly appears that way. We need Rodgers, not Simons. Bro, we're not going to get Rodgers. Simons is a very, very good signing. Simons is a good signing. And that's what you need. And that is exactly what you need. Yeah, to Atletico Madrid it has, but I don't think we're going to struggle to get rid of Renato Vega. There are definitely multiple suitors interested in his services. That won't be a problem. But what might be a problem is we may have to reduce the price slightly. I'm not sure if a Bayern Munich, for example, are going to pay the 40 million euro price, or a Juventus, or whoever it might be. That's just the way it is. I think we will shift Vega. I'm just not 100% convinced on that, because he's played the majority of his football as a left back. He can play centre back, but he's very much a left back who can do a bit of centre back. Rah, Newcastle bomber. There's been an Isak bomber. Isak done. It's wraps. It's wraps for Newcastle. Yeah, that's peak for Newcastle. That is peak. That's why he's not going on the pre-season tour. Let's just have a quick look at this chat. We will get back to this, but Isak Bomber for Newcastle. It's peak out here. Isak's head's been turned like he's on an episode of Love Island. Isak's head has been turned. Sitting at the fire pit, he's thinking, I'm happy, but could I be happier? Heads have been turned. Isak, Newcastle, it's peak out here for Newcastle. They are finished. Finished. I'll tell you what, guys. By the way, can we? Can we? No, we can't. No, chat, we can't. Chat, we can't. Or can we? Can we do a madness here? Can we do a madness? Because we know that Chelsea have inquired for Alexander Isak before. We know. Because we've done it last summer or the summer before. But now, shit. Do we try again? Pick up the blower to Newcastle. Guys, we've got good price for you. Good price. And we can offer Nicholas Jackson as well. Now, I'm a Nicholas Jackson fan, as you know, chat. However, if there is an opportunity to get Alexander Isak, you put £100 million on the table and you include Nicholas Jackson in the deal and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall and Joao Felix and whoever else the fuck you want, whoever else you want, get them in there. This is all, by the way, literally wishful thinking. Anyway, let's say this. Alexander Isak's told Newcastle he wants to explore a move away from the club. The striker's not travelled on the pre-season tour. We know that from this morning. We can reveal the club's hierarchy are aware of Isak's wish to consider his options this summer. The 25-year-old's got 3 years left to run on his deal. For now, though, Isak and his camp do not want to commit, with Liverpool interested in the Swede, a British record signing. Newcastle's owners, and they don't want to sell. Yep. The possibility remains. No. The Magpies boss. Yeah. Anyway, any sale would command a British record in excess of 116 million paid for Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen last month. Chat, we've not been afraid. We've not been afraid, chat, to break British records. Do not make Chelsea, the world champions, come back to the table and break that British record for a third time. We've done it with Enzo Fernandez. We've done it with Moises Caicedo. Why should we not try? I'm fully aware, by the way, that we are virtually 99% certain that we are not getting Alexander Isak. However, if there's an opportunity to turn his head, we should be exploring it. We should be exploring it. But if Liverpool get Isak, it's wraps. It's wraps for the Premier League. It's wraps for the Premier League. But Chelsea could do the funniest thing. We can do the funniest thing. Bro, use that Club World Cup money for Isak. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on that. Nah, but I think though, if there was a genuine shot at getting Isak, we'd pay the wages, and I would be fully on board with Nico Jackson leaving for that. All right, let me bring it up for the screen because people are thinking that I've made it up. People are thinking I've made it up. I haven't. Just bring it on the screen. Alexander Isak tells Newcastle he wants to explore move away from the club. There we go. Confirmed. Bro, market opportunity. Talk to me. Bowley, Egbali, get this Ali Barat geezer involved as well. Do whatever you need to do. Bro, I'll even contribute a few quid to the fund. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cancel my True Blue membership because it's a massive scam and give 60 quid to the fund. Nah, bro, he's good. He's good. This is confirmed, by the way. This is true. This is not like some sort of dodgy source. This is legit. This is legit. But Newcastle are done out here. Newcastle are done out here. It's wraps for them. The Jackson exchange, bro. The Jackson exchange, Jackson and Nkunku. Legitimately, chat, right? I'm not saying we're going to do this, but if you offered 100 million, Jackson and Nkunku as part of the deal, why wouldn't that happen? Why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you do that? You could do that. Bro, Newcastle were interested in Nkunku. Come on, fellow Premier League club guys. We come bearing gifts in the form of Christopher Nkunku, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall for midfield reinforcements, Nicholas Jackson. So you've got a striker. You know, whatever it takes. Because if Alexander Isak goes to Liverpool, it's wraps. It's game over for everyone. Game over, total wipeout, finitoed. Absolutely finished for everyone. And we're playing for second place. If Newcastle next season are doing if they're doing a madness with, if Liverpool, next season, by the way, are going in with Ekitike, Isak, Salah, and Florian Wirtz, it is wraps for everyone. It is wraps for everyone, and you're playing for second place. Isak, Salah, Wirtz, and Ekitike. Am I a prick? Like, that is... It's finished. It's over. Chat, the league is over. You're playing for second place. You're playing for the domestic cups. It's wraps. It's wraps for the Premier League. It's game over. If Liverpool get those players right and they don't win the league, that is a disgrace, by the way. But anyway, that's the Isak bomber chat. We're going to get... What were we discussing before that Isak bomber? Oh, yeah, we were still on Jorrel Hato. Yeah, Jorrel Hato, £34 million Chelsea wanted to do a deal for. And it's coming, and it's coming soon. That will... Or, yeah, you do a madness. To be fair, how mental would it be, by the way, chat, if Isak and Ekitike is a madness? Oh, bro, if you're gonna, no, we don't. No one's. I don't seriously think that, but genuinely, we should be looking to get that done. By the way, chat, keep smashing up the likes. There's 300 in the building. Smash up the likes. Let's get this over 200 likes. Keep subscribing if you are new round here as well. Yeah, but Mbappe, yeah, look, how funny would it be, by the way, if Isak goes Saudi? If Isak goes to Saudi, you don't know. You honestly don't know. You honestly don't know if that's what he wants. You'd expect it's because he wants to explore a move to Liverpool. That's what you would expect. But, chat, it can't be ruled out that he could go for the bag. He could go for the bag. We just don't know that. We just don't know that. So yeah, look, chat. Isak, we could put that that talk on hold, but yeah, we basically what we need to do is we need to put an offer on the table, money, Jackson and Nkunku for Isak, because it's a problem for the whole league if he goes to Liverpool, or we hope that he gets sold to Saudi. Is Levi Colwell on holiday in the Caribbean in Trinidad? No, bro. Bro. If he goes Saudi, you best believe I'll be going out. I'll be going out to Saudi and getting the picture of Alexander Isak and posting it for an all-time meltdown from Newcastle fans. Nah, I honestly think the only places he will go is either Liverpool or Saudi. That for me, those for me are the two choices. If he goes Saudi, it more than likely be Al Hilal. It'll more than likely be Al Hilal. Nice. I don't know. Maybe. Well, really for the money, but I don't know. I honestly think though, it's Liverpool or it's Saudi. However, with it now reported though, chat, that Isak wants out. With it now reported that Isak wants out, maybe other teams will now come to the table. Maybe other teams will now come to the table. Other teams could come to the table now, chat. On that front, other teams could come to the table. The interest is there. It was last summer, wasn't it? It was last summer. Interest is there. I just need to slap this Isak nonsense out of my mind. It's not happening. It's happening. Basically, Isak is told Newcastle he wants to leave. That is the bomber there. Anyway, moving away from Isak, we're going to be talking about Xavi Simons next, because Simons is closing in on a move to Chelsea. Chelsea and Leipzig continue direct club-to-club talks with Xavi Simons' deal. RB Leipzig aware of Xavi being very keen on the move and tempted by Chelsea. Bayern have made calls to be informed this week, but Chelsea clear favourites already in talks and with players green light. Look, Bayern, I'm sorry, guys. You aren't those guys, Bayern Munich. You're not those guys. As I said earlier, when the world champions knock, that knocks different. My guy's done the Bundesliga. He doesn't want to do any more of that nonsense in the Bundesliga. He wants to be moving onwards and upwards. And he wants the Chelsea. And he's keen for the Chelsea. And he's watched Chelsea growing up. He wants this move. He wants it, and he's going to get it, chat. He is going to get it. It's just a matter of time now. Yeah, it's confirmed by Romano now as well. Simons wants to go. Jackson and 70 million. Jackson in Nkunku and 50 million. Whatever you want. Anyway, we'll worry about that at another time. We have a green light. We got the green light from Simmons. We got the green line from Simmons. So yeah, look, as well, by the way, Leipzig want Carney Chukwuemeka potentially as part of a deal going the other way, I think on loan, or it could be a sale. I don't know. I don't know on that for certain. Could be a sale. But Chukwuemeka's preference is obviously to rejoin Borussia Dortmund, but that deal's looking difficult due to the finances. It's looking difficult due to the finances, chat. So again, we'll wait and see. But apparently, Leipzig have also inquired about 2 or 3 other Chelsea players. I don't know who those players are, but yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. So yeah, run the likes up, chat. Bro, Liverpool didn't spend any money last summer. They've got the money for it. They will find the money. They will find the money. Yes, keep smashing the likes, people. Kind of swap deal work for both or separate deals? I imagine it would be separate deals. Yeah, potentially. And look, Newcastle need to do something, and they need to do something fast. They need to do something fast. Otherwise, they are finished. Yeah, it could be Amanda Broja. We never know. Jackson to Newcastle. Yeah, I'd be here for it if it helps us. Should do, yeah. We should do. Yeah, no, bro, I've seen it. You know, he wants to leave. He wants to leave. But yeah, look, Simmons. I don't want to say it's as good as done. You can never be certain in football. You can never be certain in football. However, I think with Xavi Simons and with Jorrel Hato, the deal's done. The deal's done. I think those deals are done. So yeah, it's wraps. It's wraps. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. No, we're not going to fumble the Simmons deal. We're not going to fumble the Simmons deal, chat. Yeah, long day for Anthony Elanga. Man thought he was coming to play with his Swedish teammate, and it's and it's not happening. It's not happening, bro. I don't do fantasy football because I always start a team and then I miss a week, so I forget, and then it's curtains after that. Nah, bro, we're not fumbling this. We're not fumbling this. So that's the latest there. Despite Bayern Munich's calls, ESPN have added a little bit of an update as well. Chelsea have stepped up their pursuit of RB Leipzig midfielder Xavi Simons. The 21-year-old is open to joining the Blues, and Leipzig are willing to sell despite only signing Simons on a permanent basis in January for an initial fee of 50 million. I think these are looking for, they're saying 70 million euros all in. Let me see. Sources have told ESPN Leipzig expect to make a profit on any sale, and they're looking for a fee in excess of 60 million euros. Now, if it's 60 million euros, 65 million euros, I think that's very decent. I think that's very decent, chat. I don't think that's a bad deal at all. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Understand Alexander Isak remains a target for Liverpool even after signing Ekitike, but depends on Newcastle. If Newcastle open doors to an exit and Liverpool sell Diaz, they can bid after direct contact made 10 days ago. Fuck me. So if Liverpool sell Diaz, they've got the money to bid for Isak. Oh, this is raps, guys. We're playing for the Cups next season. We're playing for the Cups next season. No direct contacts with Al Hilal so far. Doesn't mean there won't be, but nothing with Al Hilal at this point in time. By the way, chat, we're 10 subscribers away from 17.5K. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Run those likes up and subscribe as well. Let's get the fight. There's over 300 in the building. Let's get this to 200 likes and let's get this to 17.5K. 10 more subscribers to go, chat. Smash that subscribe button. Heard Barner making a bid today. Not seen anything about that. I think Simmons is pretty set on Chelsea. Yeah, reasonable deal. How greedy? It's not greedy. It's just, bro, they've got the money and they're at the peak of their powers right now. Yeah, we're going to get into that. CL next season. Let's cook. Yeah, star number 3 loading, chat. Yeah, I think this is looking likely that it's going to happen, which is, yeah, not good for us. Not good in any way whatsoever. Someone needs to stop this. Wow. Alexander Isak's told Newcastle he wants to explore or move away. Liverpool aware, and Al Hilal are preparing a bid to be believed to be in excess of £130 million. Isak wants to assess options rather than committing now to a new contract. So Al Hilal are apparently preparing 130 M's. 130 million. Al Hilal preparing a bid apparently for Alexander Isak. Bro, we need our Saudi brothers to come through. We need the Saudi Pro League to come through and come through strong. Because if Chelsea can't get Isak, for the good of the Premier League, we cannot allow Liverpool to get Isak. Nah, bro, they've got the money to get both. It will happen. It will happen. Yeah, it is. It is. Issue is, right, is that, like, it's down to the player. Al Hilal are not going to have a money issue. They'll pay what Newcastle want. They'll give Isak more money than he could ever dream of earning. But ultimately, any move to Al Hilal is going to depend on whether Isak wants to go to the Saudi Pro League. That it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Chat, keep smashing up the likes. So yeah, look, Xavi Simons deal is progressing. 60-odd million euros, I think, should be enough to get that deal done. Should be more than enough to get that deal done. And I think it's going to happen. It's peak for Newcastle, chat. Anyway, but who cares about them? So yeah, look, do you know what's great about, the Simmons and the Hato stuff is that as well, both players really want to join Chelsea. Really want to join Chelsea, which I think is is really important to stress as well. They both want to join Chelsea, so that's a massive plus as well. bro, I'd rather they get Rodrigo. I don't want them getting anywhere near Isak. Well, they're both owned by the Public Investment Fund, yeah. Isak, 25. Yeah, but Ornstein will only put stuff out when it's virtually done. That's what he does, and that's fine. Whereas, obviously, Fabrizio will keep you involved, pretty much every step of the way. Yeah. Ornstein will just do it when it's virtually done. For me, no matter where Isak goes, they need a replacement for him. List of strikers is so poor. Yeah, look, Newcastle needs to be going for Benjamin Sesko. Maybe go for Nico Jackson. Yeah. No, but bro, if Alexander Isak on the market, teams will be coming to the table. Yes, it looks like Liverpool and Al Hilal right now, but now they know that Isak's available. Don't rule out Chelsea trying something. Don't rule out maybe a Paris Saint-Germain trying something. Don't rule out other big teams who didn't think Isak was going to be available. Now they know he's available. Don't rule out other teams also coming to the party now, because that information's out there. He's available. Other teams are going to come to the party. So yeah. But anyway, look, Xavi Simons looks like it's going to get done. Jorrel Hato looks like it's going to get done as well. And these are really exciting, Pedro, Gittins, Delap, Simons, Hato, young players. But again, different to before. These aren't sort of random punts. These are some of, if not, the most exciting talents in Europe. They've got experience in major leagues. Chelsea aren't messing about this summer. However, the only issue is, you see us doing all this stuff, and I'll say it again, you don't compete for a league title with Sanchez or Jorgensen in goal. And that's the big thing that really frustrates me as a Chelsea fan, is you see all the good work we're doing, and then you just look at the situation in goal. And it kind of just brings you crashing back down to reality. It brings you crashing back down to reality, chat. And that's not a nice, it's not a nice position to be in. Not a nice position to be in at all when you see that. But the depth that we're adding to this team now, by the way, is massive. And the business is going well. The business is going well. Because look, let's look at. I think someone's put this little squad depth picture up here. Let me just bring it on the screen. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but let's just work it out. Some random account found a picture here. So Chelsea potential 25-26 lineup: Cucurella and Hato at left back, Colwell, Badiashile, Tosin, Chalobah, Fofana. Hato could also cover at left centre back. James, Gusto, and Achimpong, you're stacked at right back. Caicedo, Lavia, Asugu. Enzo, Santos, and James can play there as well if needed. Palmer and Xavi Simons. Neto, Esteban, and Palmer, you could play on that side. Pedro, Gittins, Simons on the left as well. George will go on loan. Delap, Joao Pedro, and Jackson. You're suddenly looking at this, right? And not only have you got depth, chat, we've got serious quality in depth as well. Options. And that's all you can ask for. That is all you can ask for, chat, is those options there. And you look at the options, the only place I would say we're slightly weak is left centre-back. You could do with signing someone of starting quality at left centre-back. I don't think Badiashile, despite having promise and potential, is really up to it. If I'm being real, chap, I'm not sure if he's really up for it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. We're not going to be adding Isak, unfortunately. Yeah. I hope so. Although, in the video of Matisse yesterday, if you've not seen it, make sure you check it out. There are still a few unknowns. There are still a few unknowns in terms of there are still a few unknowns in the attack. Gittins, debut season in the Premier League. Xavi Simons, debut season in the Premier League. Esteval, debut season in the Premier League. That's 3 of our attacking options, debut seasons in the Premier League. You know, Delap, only his 2nd season in the Premier League. Pedro, 1st season at a big club. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, the attacking revamp is exciting, but there's also a lot of unknowns within there as well. There are a lot of unknowns within there, chat. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting. But I'm fully expecting here we goes for Simons and Hato. Probably end of the week, to be honest, chat. I honestly think end of the week we could get something. I think end of the week that there's an opportunity to do a madness. Isak, hard deal, but Isak not closing doors to Saudi. Fuck. Yeah, mental. Well, they've had a stinker. They've had a stinker. They've had an absolute stinker this summer. Shocking summer for Newcastle. Absolutely horrendous. Anyway, yep, Simons and Hato, as I said, chat, I'm fully expecting the here we goes this week for at least one of them, if not both. Certainly by end of play on Sunday, you'd like to think that would be the case. We're going to, unfortunately, chat, we are going to have to speak about that man, Alejandro Garnacho, again. Because Fabrizio Romano via Facebook, Alejandro Garnacho is one of the main options on the Chelsea list. Now, I don't understand why this is still a thing. Here it is, chat. That's the photo. Alejandro Garnacho is one of the main options on Chelsea's list. This shit is not going away. This is confusing because why are we still, despite progressing with the Xavi Simons deal, why are we still hearing about fucking Garnacho? Why? Also, I'd have to question as well, chat. Where is he fitting in? Where's he fitting in? Let's say Garnacho comes to Chelsea, right? Where's he playing? Because you've got Pedro Neto and Esteval on the right. You've got Gittins and Xavi Simons on the left. You've got Pedro can cover wide. Garnacho's not going to play as a 10. Where is he fitting in? I don't understand what the need for Garnacho is right now. You know, I don't get the need for him. Honestly, I don't know what it is, chat. It's just truly baffling. It's truly baffling. I just don't get it. Why are the names clearly here? I don't get it. It's just my question would just be why. That's all I've got. Why? Bro, Quenda wasn't 60 mil. I think he was 44. And again, he's coming the following summer. So again, you have to ask, where is there any sense in Garnacho coming? Bro, you can say someone said United paid PR for United. But I mean, Garnacho's been mentioned with Chelsea pretty much all summer. He's been mentioned pretty much all summer. Part of me sort of almost feels like we've just got to accept that this is happening. We've just got to accept that this is happening, chat. Part of me feels that way. You've almost just got to be like, do you know what? The sooner you come to terms with the fact that this is probably going to happen, maybe you'll feel a bit better. Because clearly, this is going to happen, in my opinion. It just seems so obvious that there's basically, chat, there's just too much noise surrounding this situation for it to not happen. I don't want it to happen. I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen, but it's almost just got that air of inevitability around it that it's probably going to happen. You know, yes, we want 8 to 9 attacking options next season, right? And right now, if Simons comes, that's 8. Do we need Garnacho for a 9th? I don't know. I still don't think Chelsea will go for Garnacho outright without Nicholas Jackson going to Man United. But then that makes even less sense. Then that makes even less sense. Maybe towards the end of the window, we potentially try something. I don't know what that something's going to be, but maybe towards the end of the window, we do try something. It's just strange how he's constantly mentioned. It's just really strange. There's not much we can do, chat. There's not much we can do. No, it doesn't make sense. And this is the thing. No, there's been no club-to-club. But this is the thing, right? Because Romano will put out this, for example, that Garnacho is one of the main options on the Chelsea list, but there's still been no club-to-club contact. So when you look at it from that perspective, you sort of think, well, if Chelsea really wanted Garnacho, why would we would have already signed him now? And that's part of the reasoning that's giving me hope that this won't happen. Because Garnacho's been available all summer. If he was a genuine, like, one of the main targets, then you sort of feel like, yeah, this guy would have already been signed if we legitimately wanted him. If we legitimately wanted him, chat, then surely we would have already moved for him. So I'm hoping this is going to be the last that we hear of him. I'm hoping this is going to be the last we hear of him. Of Garnacho, because there doesn't seem to be any need for anyone else. Doesn't seem to be any need for anyone else to come in. Absolutely, it's a strange one with him. 100% it is. But let's move away from that Garnacho stuff. The rumours are still there. All we can do is hope that it doesn't happen. However, if it does happen, like with every player, we're going to have to get behind him and support him and hope that if he comes, it's just a bit part role. Because, yeah, I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't want to be dealing with that, chat. Don't want to be dealing with that at all. Anyway, Morgan Rogers, because Matt Law's been speaking about Morgan Rogers. I think Xavi Simons ends the Morgan Rogers situation just like I think it ends the Garnacho situation. However, we'll discuss. I still think in Chelsea's absolute dream perfect scenario, they'd probably sign Morgan Rogers, and they're definitely interested. The issues they've got is he is the one player that Villa are telling everyone, no, we're not selling him. Now, everyone has a price, but clearly the price would have to be astronomically high. So, yeah, I think that's basically why, chat. In a dream scenario, Chelsea would have gone for Morgan Rogers. I think they know the price is ridiculous, and they know the price is ridiculous, and that's that. That's why they've pivoted to Xavi Simons. Because United want to get rid of him. United want him gone, permanent transfer, done and dusted. That's what they want. So that's why that wouldn't happen. However, there could be some sort of domino effect, because if Isak leaves Newcastle, then there's a situation where Sesko could go to Newcastle, Ollie Watkins could go to Man United, and then Jackson might go to Aston Villa, potentially, as an example. You know, it takes one transfer for the domino effect to kick in. Yes, big up to all the Chelsea fans out in Kenya. Find it mental that people tuning in from all over the world. But yeah, big up to everyone. Yeah, but that's what Simons would do, though. Or he could play Pedro Neto on the left. You know, there are options there to cover that. I don't think you go and spend 40 to 50 million pounds on Garnacho as someone as an alternative for Gittins if he gets injured. That would seem a bit strange, no? Am I wrong? That would seem a little bit strange. Yeah, but the thing is, though, there's going to be a small pool of clubs interested now. A small pool of clubs. Because this has happened reasonably late in the window, clubs have done their business. So, yeah. Rodgers was the dream. I think we all know that. Well, yeah, he did slightly, But we've also got to be aware as well that Newcastle have handled this shambolically, absolutely shambolically. Yeah, they've handled it very, very badly. Very badly, they handled it. So, yeah, they're also at fault as well. But Newcastle done them dirty. Isak's done Newcastle dirty. Just wrap up Simons and Hato, then focus on outgoings. I agree. Bro, why would you buy? I don't think after 1 year anyone would buy him for that money. I'm not understanding that. Happy with Simons. Yeah, I'm happy with Simons as well. After Jackson and Nkunku can leave, Nkunku's going anyway. Jackson, I still maintain Jackson is going to stay. However, if there's an opportunity, to use Jackson as part of the deal for Isak, then yeah, obviously I'd be all for that. I'd be all for that, but I don't see it happening. I honestly think it's Liverpool or it's Al Hilal. It's Liverpool or Al Hilal, chap. I don't see anyone else going in for him. By the way, guys, we're 7 subs away from 17.5K. Still 250 in the building. Let's hit up these final 7 subscribers. Smash that subscribe button, chat. And we're 10 likes away as well from 200 likes. So run it up, run it up. For Rodgers to Chelsea is not happening. After Simons and Hato get done, we'll be on a 1-in, 1-out scenario if we sign anyone else. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree on that. Simons and Hato in, and then from there, it's going to be really any major incomings will be based on any outgoings. It's that simple. It's that simple, chat. We have to wait and see. No, Villa don't want to sell Watkins. Oh, mate, absolutely. We should 100% consider going in for Isak. No questions asked. If you've got an opportunity to go and sign a player of that quality, then you absolutely take it. Of course you do. Of course you do. You absolutely do it, chat. No questions asked. No, that's absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. That 100% is not happening. No, I think he was injured or something like that. There was a few of the Milan players that weren't in the squad for Arsenal. No, we can afford to sign Isak. We could, but we're not going to go in for him. We're not going to go in for him. So that's Rodgers was the dream. But that's obviously not happening. In terms of other outgoings, we got the latest on João Felix. And that finally seems to be moving forwards at last. And we can get rid of this guy. We can get rid of this guy. Bro, honestly, he's one of the best number 9s in the world. For me personally, I don't think you should be passing up on an opportunity, even if the opportunity is very slim and you don't think you're going to get him. Players like that are very rarely available, and you should go and try, in my opinion. In my opinion, you should go and try. That's how I feel about it. You should absolutely go and try. In terms of Felix, finally some concrete updates on his departure. Benfica are actively trying to sign Joao Felix, with talks now ongoing with his agent Jorge Mendes. Good. Mendes, get out of Chelsea. Get Felix out of Chelsea. Let's get this wrapped up. Deal depends on Chelsea conditions, but Joao will leave and negotiations expected to advance soon. Felix keen on the comeback. Yeah, the Felix signing. Exactly, bro. You'd rather shoot and miss than not shoot at all. That is the big thing in life. You'd rather shoot and miss than not shoot at all. Let's move this brother on. Whatever it means, we take a loss, we take a loss. Get his wages off the books. I don't think his wages are actually as big as what people make out. That's what Matt Law said. There's been Ornstein, Bomber, and Isak as well. Where's the Ornstein, Bomber, and Isak? There it is, Ornstein, Bomber. Alexander Isak wants to leave Newcastle. Absence from Celtic friendly and Asia tour was the 25-year-old's preference. Newcastle keen for him to stay, obviously, on an improved deal, but also exploring potential replacements. Mental. Mental. Yeah, that's the Ornstein Bomber on that. So, look, anyway, Felix, we just got to get rid. We've got to get rid. But I'm not, again, as I've maintained throughout the summer chat, I'm not that concerned on outgoings. I'm really not, because we always sell well and we're always able to move. We're always able to move players on. We've always got that ability with us. Again, though, there's no guarantees that he goes to Liverpool, by the way. There are no guarantees here. Bro, you're going to need more than 20 million. I think you need Jackson Nkunku and 50. That's what I'd go for. Jackson Nkunku and 50 million pounds. That would be a deal that probably would get it done. Newcastle, I reckon, would maybe accept that. But yeah, look, he wants Liverpool. There's no doubt about it. He wants Liverpool. I would say. Would he go to Saudi? I think at this point, chat, we've got to be doing our prayers that he goes to Saudi. I just think we've got to do something. We're just going to be hoping that he doesn't end up at Liverpool. Yes, obviously, you know, football's not done on paper. You've got to find the right tactical balance and all that stuff, and get you know, all the players to fit in. So it's no guarantee. But again, I mean, look, I would like us to do something, chat. I would like us to try and do something. But the reality is, I just don't personally see Chelsea getting involved in that sort of thing. I personally don't see it. I really don't. And that's just my opinion on it. That's just my opinion on it. I don't see, excuse me, Chelsea going in for that kind of deal. But, you know, we've been wrong in the past. We've been wrong in the past, chap. These things could certainly happen. But I don't think the club will go there. However, we know Chelsea like Isak. We know that Chelsea inquired about Isak last summer. Yes, we've gone in a different direction. João Pedro, Liam Delap, etc. But that interest, I don't think that interest has disappeared. I don't think that interest has disappeared necessarily in Isak. I'm not convinced the interest has fully disappeared, chap. A part of me thinks that it's still there. Part of me thinks it's still there. So, yeah, we wait and see. We wait and see, chat. We wait and see. No, this is not about not trusting the current players. This is about, as a club, when a world-class player becomes available, you should be trying to sign them, in my opinion. No, bro. I don't want Isak going to Liverpool. Just get Isak to Saudi or to the Chelsea. Isak to Saudi or the Chelsea. That's it. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on, chat. And I do trust the current players. I do like the players that we've got right now. However, not often a player like this becomes available. So you should try. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, Chelsea must get Alexander Isak. All I'm saying is when someone like that becomes available, at the very minimum, you should try. Is that not a fair thing to say? Is that not a fair thing to say? And again, chat, you know, speaking to Isak and seeing if he'd be open to a move is not going to hurt anyone, is it? But if he's not keen, then he's not keen, and it's fine, and we move. But we should be finding out. We should be finding out at a bare minimum. You know, it won't do any harm. It's not going to hurt to try and find out. That's the only point that I'm making. We should just put the feeders out and see what happens. Nah, bro, we'll get Simmons. Simmons will get done. Simmons for sure will get done, bro. Simmons will get done. It'll get done. No questions, no question in my mind that it won't get done. It 100% will be done. I'm certain he's on his way out. Sorry, he's in. Simmons. I'm certain. I'm absolutely certain. Yes, brother. Big up. I'm well. Hope you're doing well. No, Secret Scout is good. Secret Scout is good. Yeah, he absolutely is. It's not about being able to buy him. It's about whether the player wants to join Chelsea. And that's all I'm saying. I think we should just be finding out if he's keen on the move. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, anyway, Joao Felix to Benfica, that's speeding up. We just need to hope that keeps moving in the right direction. Chat, have we reached 17.5k yet? Have we reached 17.5k? We're 3 subscribers away. Chat, we're still over 200 in the building. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. 3 subscribers away now, and keep smashing up those likes. Let's get this towards 250 if we can, chat. Run the likes up and subscribe if you're new. 17.5k, 3 subs away. Yeah, look, chat, I think we're in a great position to be chilling. We're in a great position to be chilling. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hato and Simmons will get done. It's just a question of when. It's just a question of when. It's not if in my mind. It's when these deals get done. It's when these deals get done. It's just a question of when. You know, it's a question of when, not if, chat. Yeah, this is it. No, Hato, here we go. I don't think it will be today. Maybe tomorrow. Yes, big up to all the Chelsea fans out in Kenya. Jackson swap with Isak would go crazy. Yeah, we need to rein ourselves in. Yeah, Isak won't be a quick deal to do. Newcastle, I think, will definitely look to get replacements in quickly. They'll look to get replacements in quickly. 100% they will. 100% they will. They'll look to get them in. They'll look to get it in quick. Imagine we swap Jackson with Isak. Yeah, but that won't be happening. That categorically will not be happening. Yeah, I think so as well. I've always maintained probably we're looking at end of the week. Absolutely, you know, why would you not want Isak at the club? Yes, it's going to be conditional on him leaving, on Jackson leaving, but if you can get Jackson out, maybe even as part of a deal for Isak, all I'm saying is you just got to explore the possibility and see whether he wants to join. That's it. That's what you need to do. You've just got to explore the possibility. You've just got to explore that possibility, chat. Yeah, it is mental. Like, it is mental. You know, clubs like Newcastle and Villa are trying to close that gap. The gap's just getting bigger and bigger, chat. The gap is getting bigger and bigger. And there's nothing that we can do. Fulham and West Ham want Jackson. Is that... I'm not sure how true that is. I think that's maybe been made up. I don't see that being the case. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if that is true. I'm not seeing that shit anywhere about Fulham and West Ham for Isak. For Jackson. No, that's not true. That's not true. Do you think Chelsea will look at that and go for it? I've got no idea. We know that Chelsea were interested last summer. We know they were interested last summer. We inquired last summer. A deal wasn't possible. 12 months later, I would imagine the interest is still there. However, we have gone down a different direction, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt, chat, to just put a call in again and see if keen. It wouldn't hurt. It really wouldn't hurt. Yeah, but it's probably some dead source. Let me have a look. Not seeing it anywhere. Fulham and West Ham are certainly teams I've heard of who are interested. Bro, Fulham and West Ham are not going to be able to afford Nicholas Jackson. Absolutely no chance. And he wouldn't go there either. Bro, of course they can. Liverpool wouldn't be exploring this if they didn't have the finances to do it. That's the whole thing, chat. They wouldn't be exploring it if they didn't have the finances to do it. That's it. Newcastle are fucked. They've had a shit window. All they've done is signed Anthony Elanga. Isak wants out, and they've got no director of football, no CEO. They're finished. They're in big trouble. Yeah, Liverpool need to sell Diaz and Nunez probably. Bro, again, Pedro would play. You could play him wide. You could play him. Yeah, no, he probably is. But by the way, all I'm saying is we should just inquire, because that's not going to do any harm. It's not going to hurt anyone. All I'm saying is, chat, let's just inquire and let's see. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's just inquire. Do you know what I mean? Let's just inquire. But look, again, I don't think Chelsea are going to do anything in this position. I don't get the feeling we're going to be making any moves. However, all I would say is there's definitely been interest in Chelsea in the past, and you know what we're like in the transfer market. You can never rule anything out. That's all I'm going to say. You can never rule anything out, chat. Nothing can ever be ruled out. That's the point that I'm making. Yeah, exactly. If Liverpool get Isak, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, we can't compete with the big spenders in the league and all this bullshit. I don't want to hear any of that nonsense from anyone. If that does happen, I don't want to hear it. I think 300k is fair for Isak. I think it is fair for Isak. Yeah, exactly. I think you don't say no to that. You try. You have to try. That's all you can do is try. Bro, we were never going to win the league next season anyway. I still think we can compete, and second place, third place is up for grabs. But if Liverpool get Isak, it's a big problem. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But this Isak thing is now 100% gonna be the major story of the summer. The major story of the summer. And that's that major story of the summer. Alexander Isak will be the next thing. But again, look, let's focus on getting Hato done. Let's focus on getting all these deals done. Hato and Simmons, get them in. And then the rest. Chat, we're one subscriber away from 17.5K. Smash that subscribe button and run up the likes as well. Run those likes up. 222. I reckon we can get this to 250. I reckon we can get this to 250, chat. So keep smashing the like button and keep subscribing if you are new round here. Yeah, it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad. Not sure what we're gonna go for here. I mean, look, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I'm under no illusions. I know full well we're highly unlikely to do anything. But Isak not coming doesn't change anything in our window. Changes nothing. We can dream about it, no problem. But him not coming doesn't change anything in the window. So we'll see on that one. No, they're not a sister club. They obviously are owned by the Public Investment Fund. Well, it'll be 300K he wants. Right, we're not going to send Delap on loan literally just after signing him. Come on, chat. Let's be a bit more serious here. Delap on loan? No. That's not happening. Yeah, Guiu's going out on loan. I think Delap will be decent for us. Delap will be good. But yeah, as I say, there's no harm in trying. There's no harm in trying for these players. No harm in trying whatsoever. Absolutely none. Yeah, absolutely none. He's not. I wouldn't say he was massively injury prone. I wouldn't say he was massively injury prone. Wouldn't say he was massively injury prone at all. I'm not sure, but all I would say is this does suddenly bring more teams to the table. Yeah, look, if Isak goes Saudi, he goes Saudi. That obviously I'm hoping that. I'm hoping for that rather than him going to Liverpool. But whatever will be, will be, and we deal with it, and we move. Simple as that, chat. Simple as that. Yeah, what a mad show it's been, people. What a mad show it has been. Yeah, loads going on. Hato, Simmons, Felix, Nkunku, Vega deal's fallen through. The Isak bomber that he wants out at Newcastle. Whether that changes anything or not, I don't know. But yeah, mental. Things are about to get serious. Things are about to get serious up in here. Big time. Bro, Hato's not terrible at left back. Are you really saying we should get Leif Davis over Jorrel Hato? Come on, brother. Now we're afraid of no one. We are afraid of no one. I think Simmons gets done in the next 24 hours. Yeah, in the next couple of days, certainly over the weekend, we will wait and see on that. But yeah, mental, absolutely mental. Yeah, I agree. The depth is there. Quality, you could always have a bit more quality. I agree on that. But yeah, chat. I'm going to round this one out now. Going to round this one out. Big up to every single one of you. Oh, not that. Who has joined in the show this afternoon. Appreciate you all, guys. Appreciate you all. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Please, on the way out, guys, make sure you are smashing up the likes. That would be appreciated. Smash up the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. And what we're going to do, we're going to redirect over. We're going to redirect over. We're going to redirect over, chat. Bear with me whilst I set this up. We're going to do a redirect. We're going to redirect over who's live. We're going to redirect over to Ziad. Okay, so Ziad is live now. We're going to redirect to him. So this will redirect you over to Ziad's show. Just put BB Raid in the chat. Just put BB Raid in the chat and he'll know it's from me. So yeah, guys, head over to Ziad's show. It's going to redirect you there now. Smash the like, subscribe on the way out. I'll be back later on today if there's more major news. If not, I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ziad's show. Head over there. BB Raid in the chat. Smash the like, subscribe. Catch you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea and we're out. Big love, people.